Good afternoon, and wherever you're watching from around Australia, from Tingalpa to Tanunda, from anywhere around on this network of over 200 stations, we welcome you to our live rugby league coverage this afternoon from a very cold and blustery Wollongong Showground. The matches between the Wollongong Steelers, the Illawarra Steelers, and the South Sydney Rabbitohs. And at this stage of the season, Gary Cook, I suppose every match is vital for those teams that still have got a chance of making the top five.
It certainly is, Alan. There's 7 teams contesting those final 2 positions in the semi-finals, and more particularly for these 2 teams today, they just can't afford to lose more than 1 or 2 games leading up to them. It's a vital clash, and I think it's going to be a very even one. I think there's 2 factors that are going to work in Illawarra's favour today. A big game against St George for South Sydney last week, a very bruising encounter which is going to probably leave them a little flat, and also John Dorahy. They must contain John Dorahy. He's proved a spark of inspiration for Illawarra ever since he's come back, and they must contain him if South Sydney are going to have any chance.
Yeah, Gary, you talk about John Dorahy. This is real English weather. He's just come back from a season with the Hull Kingston Ravers, and the weather conditions here must be similar to those that he encountered on the Humberside coast at Hull. And it's very, very blustery indeed. That breeze is coming up from the south, and it's worth a considerable amount of value to the team that runs with it. And we'll tell you a little story about the effect of that breeze here in just a moment. Last weekend was the 18th round of competition, and you see that Mick Cronin's 5 goals gave the Premiers Parramatta a win over Norths. Manly escaped with a late field goal for their 1-point win over Penrith, while Canterbury annihilated Eastern Suburbs. They scored 7 tries to 2 in that huge defeat of the Eastern Suburbs Roosters. Of today's teams, Illawarra finished too strongly for Cronulla, while South Sydney went down to St George in one of the most remarkable games of the year. Souths led 10-0 in that game, and it really was an incredible game of football that St George won under incredible difficulty. And in the other game, the Canberra Raiders inflicted yet another defeat on the luckless Western Suburbs Magpies, and Balmain, of course, had the bye. Now, as a result of that, you see that the top 4 teams are pretty well established so far, with Canterbury, Parramatta, St George and Balmain all there, and Manly are in the 5 on sufferance perhaps because of percentages, because as you'll see that there are other teams, Canberra and Penrith, and Canberra get another 2 points today because of the bye. But South Sydney and Illawarra only 2 points out of the 5 at the moment. The loser of this game here this afternoon is going to find it very, very difficult indeed to get a chance to contest the playoffs at the end of the year. So I think that points table shows the importance of a victory to either side here this afternoon. The Illawarra coast is about 50 miles or 80 kilometres south of Sydney. That's the Port Kembla Steelworks, and that's the direction from which the breeze is blowing, straight up the coast from the south, and with it will come considerable advantage to the team running with the breeze in this game. Just at the moment, we have the presentation of the Illawarra President's Cup team. The Illawarra side contested the President's Cup final for the first time ever, and were successful this year. They defeated North Sydney in the final of the President's Cup, and those players are being presented to their jubilant South Illawarra supporters at the moment. It's been a good day for the Steelers because they've won both of the minor grades. The 3rd grade went to Illawarra. They defeated South by 29 points to 14. And the reserve grade game saw victory to Illawarra by 16 points to 14. In Sydney, we have 3 inter-district junior competitions. The President's Cup is for 21-year-olds. And there is, of course, the Jersey Flag and the SG Ball Cup competitions, and they are played between all the district teams for those 3 trophies every year. And it shows you that the decision of the New South Wales Rugby League to introduce Illawarra into the competition a couple of years ago was a very good one, because in only the space of 3 years the Steelers have risen from a new team to President's Cup winners. I think that'll let you know what the conditions are like here today. Gary, we've been pretty fortunate, haven't we? It's been a remarkable winter so far in Sydney, and it seems to me we've only had 2 bad weekends, and both times we've been at the Wollongong Showground.
Yes, it's rather unfortunate because the weather isn't always this bad down here, but it's going to be a big advantage to that team running with the wind, and it's going to also mean that tactics are going to play a big part. The kicking game is going to be important, the way that the ball is passed and handled during the game.
So the Illawarra Steelers are led out by their skipper Michael Bolt, the hooker. Rod Reddy, former international, followed by John Dorahy onto the field there. The Illawarra team with very few changes. They've been going very well since John Dorahy returned from fullback. The interesting change, though, is in the forward pack. You'll see that number 8, Robert Thompson, has been brought back into first grade at lock forward, and that has allowed Jeff Selby, number 9, to move into the second row. And Selby is a very promising player indeed. But this side is going to be guided today by John Dorahy. He's a very experienced player. He came to this team after experiences with Wests and Manly. He is an Illawarra junior, and as you see, he played in the off-season with Hull Kingston Rovers. They won the English Premiership and Championship this year in England. John Dorahy, a key member of this side. South Sydney down towards the southern end of the Wollongong Showground, and they will have the breeze in the first half. I'll tell you about that shortly. And that will be a significant feature of this game, I feel. I think that not only the players but the two coaches would be very, very nervous at this stage, realising the importance of victory to their teams. It's a lot of work for a coach, but would imagine that most coaches in Sydney Rugby League would devote every day of the week giving some thought to the preparation of their teams. A lot of effort put into the preparation of the teams, and they're going to be very, very disappointed, the losing coach here today, to realise that maybe a whole season's efforts could have been in vain. Ziggy Niscott, the captain of South Sydney, leading his team out. The South Sydney side also has a number of changes, and noticeably they are in the centre pairing of Michael Podgy, who's been moved from fullback, and Darren McCarthy, the son of the former South Sydney great Bobby McCarthy. They become the new centre pair this afternoon. No changes, though, in the halves or the forward pack. It's a good pack, this, for South Sydney. Plenty of work, but their winger and skipper is Ziggy Niscott, and he joined South Sydney from Maitland in the Hunter Valley area. Last week he completed his 100th game in first grade for the South Sydney Rabbitohs, and he's also worn the blue jersey of New South Wales. So all in readiness, the game getting underway just a couple of minutes late due to that presentation with the President's Cup side. Mick Stone back in first grade for the control of the game. Illawarra fullback John Dorahy starts play with the breeze, and remarkably, South Sydney skipper Ziggy Niscott won the toss and decided to run against this very strong breeze in the first half. And the reasons for that were given to us by the South Sydney coach Ron Willey. He said that he's quite sure, with two of the best kickers in the game in Neil Baker and Marty Gurr, that his team can control the game in the second half. And I think that point was borne out in the reserve grade, where Illawarra, who were on top of the reserve grade table, led 16-0 at half-time, and yet they were lucky to win the game 16-14. So the breeze is going to be very important, and I think we'll find South Sydney trying to keep it nice and tight, keep their defence going in the first half, and then try and overrun Illawarra in the second 40 minutes. The South's kicking against the breeze, and the ball put in the air by Baker is held up, and it goes to Dorahy. Great play, this fellow, and it's dropped out wide by Illawarra. They're forced to knock on for the scrum. Bad luck there for winger Ozzie Welsh. Penalty to Illawarra. So Illawarra with the breeze to get the first penalty of the match and take it into South Sydney's territory. Well, look at that remarkable kick by Dorahy. That just shows you, Gary, the effect of this breeze. Fabulous kick.
Certainly is, and points are going to be vital in the first half. As you said a moment ago, they need to score 12, 14 points in the first half. That seems to have been the pattern so far, so that they can withstand the onslaught of the other team in the second half.
So Illawarra only 10 metres out. This is Bolt, the skipper at dummy half. On the burst out wide, taken up smartly by Smith. Kelly is dummy half. Switch in play. Selby. You'll see plenty of him. He's a good player. Mack, little kick. And it's a rebound for Illawarra. Dorahy from fullback. Patrick's moved to dummy half. A dummy to Selby, and it's taken forward though by Williams. Back to Bolt. Again using the short side. Selby held up. Getting it back. Bolt's pass gone to ground. Illawarra still have it. Quick clearance to the other winger. Jason Moon gets it inside. The long one back out to Reddy. Another long one to Patrick. Trying to set up his setter, his winger. So the South Sydney defence very determined to keep Illawarra out, realising the breeze advantage in this game. Moon has gone back to his right wing. That's one tackle gone. Kelly's kick high, and Marty Gertz is letting it blow out over the dead ball line. Illawarra haven't had much luck against the Rabbitohs in the last season and a half, and you see that the victories have been fairly comfortable for the Rabbitohs. Looking to the blind side, Ackery. Fennick, Coleman, Baker. Hardy. Making good pass. The pass went to ground. Illawarra come up with it. Stan Brown midway between the South's quarter line and halfway. Bolt. Dorahy putting it behind him. Nice run from dummy half. Kelly, another Peter Smith run up the middle. Halfback Ted Kelly is on the South's quarter line. Now when Stan Brown plays it, there's one tackle to go. Williams, ready. Nice pass to his centre, and it's been put down by Kim Patrick. Mario Fennick has been one of the form players in Sydney, and I think we'll find him hooking for a representative sign before long. He wins his share of the ball, and my word, he's a good player in the open. Baker. Strong tackle there by Thompson, standing out from the scrum. That's Les Biles. Carberry. That's Fennick. Caught by Bolter's opposite number. Kelly giving assistance. There are 4 former South Sydney players in this Illawarra side today. And also the Illawarra coach, Brian Smith, is a former South Sydney player and coach. Hardy. Now one tackle to go. Dorahy was standing well downfield there. Now, I don't think he expected the ball to carry that far against the breeze. Jason Moon. Winger Aussie Welsh. I don't think this game has started as the way Illawarra expected. I'm sure that with the breeze they expected to be playing most of the game close to the South Sydney line. But Souths really haven't appeared to be in any danger. Their defence has been holding pretty well so far. It's Peter Smith, former South Sydney prop. Penalty is against the South's defence. It's against Fenwick. Keeping Peter Smith on the ground and not allowing him to play the ball quickly. The penalty has gone to the Steelers inside their own half.
Well, Alan, it's surprised me that it's taken so long for one of those penalties to really be given in this game. There's been a lot of it. Here you can see the incident, arms and legs and bodies all over the place, and the Illawarra player trying his best to get to his feet, but there's been a lot of it in the game, and I'm surprised that that's the first penalty.
Smith getting a ball clear, so Illawarra back on the attack. Long pass intercepted. Away goes McCarthy. He's sprinting downfield. I think he'll have the pace. McCarthy's got his winger. He'll score himself. And Darren McCarthy's over from an intercept. Just like Dad. There probably wasn't a better exponent of the intercept than Bob McCarthy. And his son Darren has done the same. Here it is from head on. McCarthy taking the intercept, and he just had that head start. He didn't go further away from the defence that chased him, but the start he had was sufficient to enable him to get to the line. He knew he had the winger outside, but he made it himself. So a start against all the odds here, because in the lower grades that have been completed, in both the third grade and the reserve grade, the team running with the breeze has just about dominated the scoring in that particular half. And here we see one of the very few points scored in this game running towards the southern end of the Wollongong Showground. Neil Baker, one of the finest kickers in Sydney this season. A difficult one against the breeze, but he's got it. Piloted straight through, read the breeze to perfection. Great kick. And here's that try again, and you see that Illawarra getting ready for that long pass out wide. It was intended, Dave, for second rower Selby, and McCarthy was in the way. And you see that while he didn't go very far away from the defence, he realised he could make it. He had a quick look to see his winger outside. He knew Selby, Biles was with him, but he didn't need the pass. And so McCarthy has made it. 6-0 the score. Back live, Illawarra have got the ball. Kim Patrick, the centre, in trouble. That'll be a very handy start for the South Sydney side. Michael Bolt. Ready. Out wide, lovely pass. Good burst made out wide. Selby's pass inside. Away goes Kelly, and Kelly's over to score. Lovely play there from the Steelers as Kelly was involved, and he got that long pass out beside him. And there was the centre, Stan Brown, unloading again. Now Selby, the second rower, steps inside, and he's looking for support, and he hears the call of Kelly outside as he was going to ground. Kelly ran away from the defence, fullback Marty Gurr in pursuit, and it's Kelly who crosses wide to score. Jason Moon was there all the time, but he wasn't needed for that try. And instead it was taken by his halfback, Kev Kelly, a former South Sydney player, scoring against his old club. The conversion attempt taken earlier by Neil Baker was a good one in that he realised the effect of the breeze and he kicked it accordingly. He at no stage looked as though he was ever going to miss. Now John Doherty with the breeze has got a tricky problem here, because if he kicks it to either side of the post, the breeze could take it further away. Really what he needs to do Dorahy must kick virtually straight at the posts. And from head on that try, you see it's gone out to the centre. Stan Brown, he kept it going. Now this was the good break, and it's a particularly good pass by Selby. As he's going to ground, he hears the call outside and he just lets it go. And Kelly was smart enough to skip around behind a couple of players to go over. Try was not converted by Dorahy. Souths lead 6 points to 4, and that's the score 12 minutes into the game. Biles. I don't want to harp or continue to harp on the effect of this breeze here today, but I'm sure our predictions will be vindicated when we look at the half-time score. And for that reason, I'm equally certain that the Illawarra coach, Brian Smith, has told his players most vehemently that they really need as many points on the board as possible before half-time. Scrum for the knock-on halfway. Scrum feed by Kev Kelly of Illawarra. And against the push, they've won the scrum. They had the feed, but it was a good push applied there by South Sydney that nearly marched the Illawarra pack off the ball. Well, that first try by South Sydney must have done Ron Willie's heart a world of good, but I just wonder what he's feeling now after Illawarra retaliated so quickly. Dorahy from dummy half. Joe Cool. He's got plenty of his former English teammates here today. John Dorahy's coach Roger Millwood, along with Phil Lowe and Mal Reilly, all here at the Wollongong Showground to watch the Steelers in action. Penalty goes to Illawarra. And Dorahy, no doubt, will kick the goal.
All three penalties so far in this first half have gone in Illawarra's favour.
That's the distance of the kick. It's about 45 metres out and in centre field. Ordinarily not a difficult kick, and with this breeze today shouldn't be any more difficult. I had the pleasure of watching John Dorahy play for Hull KR in a match against Lee recently in England, and he is held in remarkable esteem by the English Rugby League public. He's a dazzling player. He was playing 5'8" over there, and just his teamwork, the way he organises outside backs, really had the English crowd in awe. John Dorahy with the breeze, right in front, steers it through. That's the equaliser. Steelers hit back, but I think they're going to need more than that. We've had 14 minutes of the game. South Sydney restarting through Baker. Baker's kick, long and low. So Illawarra now to try and get it out of their half. If they don't succeed in running it out, I feel quite certain they're not going to worry wasting time. They'll kick it. Williams, big lump of a player, came to Illawarra Steelers from Cronulla. Michael Bolt, the dummy half. Back to Dorahy. Here it is. Looks for the line. Long and low kick. Marty Gurr. Nice tackle. That's Jeff Selby. Les Biles. Carberry. Lock forward Ellison playing giving it back to Fenech. Nice tackle too from Robert Thompson to end his progress. One tackle to go. Baker, penalty against Illawarra. They're offside. Reddy, Smith, all caught up inside the 5. Penalty to Souths inside their own half and a chance to kick out of trouble. So Souths on halfway. Baker getting a pass to centre McCarthy. Boyle getting a good pass back. Good break too by Podgy. Marty Gurr at the moment is standing back and he's looking to come into the back line. But I think he's relishing the opportunities he'll get in the second half. Marty Gurr, who on his day would be the longest kicker of the ball in Sydney. It's Carberry. Boyle. 1 to go for the Rabbitohs. 6-all the score. Baker's kick is looking for the line, but it's past Dorothy. Moon is back there. Caught by Niscott and Ackery. Dummy by Dorothy. To Bolt. Williams. Kelly. Long one to the centres out. Right out wide to Stan Brown. But it floated forward with the breeze.
Yes, there's no doubt this pass from Greg Mackey, very ambitious on a windy day like today, and you can clearly see from where he passed that ball, it's gone way ahead because it's taken 5 metres more for him to catch it.
Well, Souths have won the scrum and they're on the attack. Watch for Baker, he'll get involved shortly. That's Carberry. Getting a good pass back, it's been dropped to the ground. Kicked through by Illawarra and tied it up out wide by McCarthy. Fenech. Ackery. Nice hit by Smith. Penalty is against Illawarra. Dragging the ball loose in the tackle. Penalty to South Sydney.
Kim Patrick not very happy about that, but it was good to see Michael Bolt, the captain, come in and quieten him down very quickly, not wishing to antagonise the referee at all.
So Baker, 20 metres out. Baker just to the left of the posts, into the breeze. It won't be easy. Just over the top of the upright and no goal. Didn't miss by much, but the touch judges were in agreement. Quick kick off by Illawarra. South wasted no time in bringing it back towards halfway through Craig Coleman. Fenech. Put down by Baker, scrum for the knock on. Kelly trying to split the defence. Bit of see a bit of sunlight. That'll warm the supporters on the far side. Rod ready. Bolt. Put down by Kelly. Scrum feed that, the tunnel not there. Should be a penalty soon. South have got it. Ellison the lock forward for Souths. Back to Boyle. Carberry. Ready, the tackler. That's Biles. Out hard to Hardy. Nice tackle by Thompson. Fennick. Coleman. Pass Boyle to Carberry. Ball loose. South still got it. One to go. Not touched by Illawarra. David Boyle was hurt. Seemed to bump his head on one of his opponents. Baker. He has the ball held to him. It's gone loose and Reddy's got it. Yes, ready to play it. Will get a penalty. Pushed over.
Well, this is certainly a little bit of acting, I think, going on here, but Reddy taking the dive, Ackery the player penalised, but it was worth the try and he succeeded.
And what's more, it's worth an opportunity for John Dorahy to have a kick for goal from halfway. Dorahy has always been a very accurate goal kicker. The one question mark about his kicking is his distance. And anywhere close to the post, he's pretty reliable. But when it starts to get around the 40 to 50 metre mark out from the goal line, then often you have to wonder whether or not he's going to make the distance. Today, I don't think there's any doubt. Well, let's remember, this kick is from halfway, just to the left of the posts. Biles. Back to McCarthy. Coleman. Baker. It's Carberry. Just dummying the pass to Hardy. On the South's quarter line, back to Fennick. Coleman. Fennick. Pretty handy when you've got a hooker out there who's virtually an extra lock forward. Ackery. Baker. His kicking game, all important in the result of this match. Moon. Fence up quickly. Caught by lock forward Ellison and McCarthy in the centres. Ozzie Welsh, another of the Illawarra buys from Cronulla. That's Smith. It was a good run, except he lacked support. Kelly, Dorahy, and good support in Selby. Dorahy, Kelly, lock forward Thompson. Ready, a good pass. Selby's put it down. Dorahy's got it. Play on, but it's a knock on. 20, in fact 17 minutes to go before half-time, and the score is still 6-all. And more I feel that Ron Willie's decision to run against the breeze in the first half might just well pay dividends in this game. His side are playing the game to his instructions perfectly. Hardy. Fennick. Coleman. Baker. Support out wide in Carberry, the second rower. One to go. Baker positioning himself behind the ruck, but it goes the other way, and Marty Gurr didn't get it. That was bad play by... There'll be a penalty. No, it's not. It's a handover. I saw the whistle, but it's a penalty. Tim Patrick. Ready. Dorahy. John Dorahy that time has been penalised. He resented the fact that he was being held. Penalty's gone against him for the use of the knee.
Yes, the referee indicating that he lifted his foot up very high here. You see Dorahy now he is getting up, and it certainly appeared as though he lifted the South Sydney player's leg up. It was very difficult for us to see. The referee was very close to the action, and obviously he saw it better than we did.
David Boyle. Strong tackle. Rex Williams. Ackery. Another good hit, that time from Peter Smith. Michael Bolt, the Illawarra skipper, his support in there. To Fennick. Boyle, Coleman, Baker, that's Ellison, Marty Gurr from fullback. It's not Gurr at all, it's Podgy. It's Gurr now at fullback. Hardy, Gurr. Gurr running just past his injured teammate Michael Podgy, getting slowly to his feet. A bit of a knock on the head, I'd say. Grubber kick for the line is kept in play nicely by Welsh. Had a couple of goes at it. Caught by Biles. Dorahy, Selby on the burst. Selby looks for support up to the quarter line. Nice tackle. Coleman, the halfback, putting him down. Touch judges have come in. There's a South player on the ground injured behind play. Now, that incident happened behind play, and as Selby and Dorahy were combining out wide, the two touch judges had no hesitation coming in. Here it is.
Certainly not. There it is. It's Dorahy who will certainly be the player called out. I've got no doubt about that. And I won't preempt what they might talk to him about, but I think it was fairly clear on that replay.
He's off. Set off. John Dorahy's been set off.
Well, we've saw plenty of that in the test match on Tuesday night. And it's obviously that Mick Stone, the referee, decided he'd take very quick action on it, very stern action. Watch Dorahy pass the ball, and then watch where his arm goes. And whatever the charge is going to be is up to the referee, but it certainly was fairly clear on the replay.
The injured player was Neil Baker, the 5'8", who moved in on the tackle. And he's pretty groggy on his feet. Well, Baker's okay. And here's the penalty. Going to South Sydney on halfway. Marty Gurr to kick it. Ordinarily Baker would kick, but Gurr, pretty good kicker himself. Well, Souths really have got this game in their keeping now, I'd say. There's only 8 minutes to go before half-time and the scores are level. They're playing with an extra man and they've got this breeze usage in the second half. Coleman, Carberry, splitting them wide. Carberry down the touchline for the corner. Floats it inside. Gurr's got it. He's over. Marty Gurr scored the try. A try to Marty Gurr. The break made by second rower Michael Carberry. Marty Gurr has juggled the ball to score. Here it is. Break made on the blind side. And a good little fend to break the defence and just place the ball inside. And Marty Gurr had a bit of trouble keeping it, but a fingertip job was sufficient to get him over. Here's a bit of a surprise with Neil Baker still feeling the effects of that breeze. Mark Ellison, who has kicked quite a lot in his career, is going to perhaps take all the kicks now until half-time in order to give Baker a chance to get his head cleared a little bit. Tell you what, this will be a good one if he can put it over against this breeze. 18 metres out. Swinging around like a goal shot. Here's that try with Coleman getting the ball away to Carberry. He was on the burst, and I like this bend as Moon came in on one side and second rower Reddy there. He pushed out of Reddy's tackle. The cover coming across through Robert Thompson and the 5'8" Greg Mackey. And that's when he floated the ball inside, and great fingertip control there by the lanky fullback Marty Gurr to score. Conversion attempt unsuccessful by Mark Ellison. 10-6 the score. Got Mario Fennick on the deck now. Hardy running wide. Fennick covered pretty quickly. Back to Hardy. Carberry. Caught by Robert Thompson, number 8. Kick was by Coleman, the fine touch.
Well, they're the scrum statistics. There's no tight heads at this point of the game.
Up the middle goes Williams. Almost on halfway. Steelers going to be doing it tough now. 5 minutes to go, and they haven't got by any means enough points on the board. Kelly out to Reddy. Ball's gone loose, towed downfield by Selby. Referee waiting for the advantage, and the greater advantage will be to Souths and bring the ball back for the knock-on. We've got Ellison now packing back down as lock forward. Neil Baker packed down in the last scrum as lock, but Ellison is back there, so Baker must be feeling a lot better. Patrick went past Selby right out to the centres. Nice run by Stan Brown. Brown going for the corner. Brown might score. That was a great run against his old club. Great run. Kelly. Patrick. Penalty.
Yes, again, another instance of players not releasing the tackle player quickly enough. Referee obviously calling on them. It's important that in this position they try and get the opportunity to play it quickly, and there's the penalty.
Gary, I think with only 4 minutes to go before half-time, that Souths would be happy about that, about conceding another 2 points than just maybe taking the risk of having 6 scored against.
Yes, certainly. At the worst, they probably go in only 2 points ahead, but I'm sure they expected to go in trailing quite significantly at this point.
John Doherty is sent off. Greg Mackey is the kicker. And he's got it. Good kick. 2 points to the Steelers. Gives them the lead just before half-time. Once again, it's going to be Ellison to take the kick with Neil Baker not quite right. Illawarra ball. Selby's pass was a good one to pick up his lock forward Thompson. Williams. And good defence from Boyle. Carberry in there too. And that's another penalty. Well, South seem to be deliberately slowing this game down.
Yes, Alan, what you said a moment ago could certainly be quite applicable. They don't really care at this stage. I don't think they're quite happy to go in. And you can see Michael Carberry coming in to make that tackle on Rex Williams. And the longer it goes, it seems interminable. You can see Williams endeavouring to get up, having no success. Carberry all over the top of him, and the penalty is given.
So Peter Smith's going to play the ball on halfway. Play almost up to half-time. Souths against the Breeze have scored 2 tries to 1. They've come from Darren McCarthy and Marty Gurr. Neil Baker's kicked 1 goal from 2 attempts. And for Illawarra, the try scorer has been Kev Kelly, and we've had goals each to John Doherty and Greg Mackey. So 2 tries to 1. Souths have scored in the first half. And the half-time siren only seconds away. Nescott. You've seen very little of him in the first half. He's been standing back into the defensive capacity. But you'll see plenty of him in the second half. This is Boyle. And the half-time siren goes with South Sydney going in at half-time against an Illawarra. South Sydney with the breeze in the second half. Kick-off through Neil Baker. Good to see that he's back on the field. And the news is, again, worth mentioning, that Illawarra playing with 12 men, with John Doherty having been sent off about 12 minutes before half-time for an incident that involved the South Sydney 5'8" Neil Baker. Rather surprisingly, that Illawarra, who had the breeze, had to do all the defending in the first half. South Sydney, in fact, did not have to tackle as much as Illawarra. Only 85 times, and second rower David Boyle and prop forwards Ackery and Hardy were the best of the defenders. Illawarra ball. Ready away to the blind side to Mackey. As you see, Illawarra, who had the breeze, did more defence in the first half, and hooker Michael Bolt head of the tackle count. Carberry to dummy half. Biles is in from the blindside wing. South through Ackery, come up to halfway. Coleman, Baker, there it is. And I suspect the first of many we're going to see. And unfortunately for Baker, it finds touch in goal. Touch in goal. You better get used to seeing that face a bit, because you'll see plenty of it in the second half. Robert Thompson's long pass to Patrick in the centre. Selby. Rex Williams. To Thompson. Patrick. Players everywhere. That's the centre is in doing the forwards work up over halfway. Kelly. Williams, ready, dummy to Selby. This is the face of a coach who's hoping for victory in this game, and following the progress of that kick deep downfield. Was knocked backwards there by Gurr. That's Hardy. Good break up the middle. Now out to Niscott. Well taken out wide by Podgy. This game really starting to come to life now. Coleman. Biles. Fennick. Baker's towering kick downfield. That's gone from his own quarter line and has found touch 5 metres from the corner post at the other end of the field. An unbelievable kick.
I think, Alan, that the touch judge may have miscued there. It certainly seemed to go into touch a little further along than that. But
well, even so, Gary, it's a gain of 70 metres.
It's an enormous kick, isn't it? Yes.
Kelly feeds the scrum and Illawarra win it. Bolt. Back to Patrick. Mackey's pass picks up the support of Smith. One thing is noticeable, Gary, that South Sydney are making a much greater effort to get off the tackle player quickly.
Yes, I think that was a feature of the first half. I'd have liked to have seen it cut out very early in the game, but the pattern was set and it continued almost right throughout.
Williams, Mackey, ready. Mackey was the decoy. Mackey again. Bolt back to Williams. Selby. Bolt. Mackey. That Breeze holding the ball in the air. Wait for Marty Gurr. Feeding to it. Illawarra's ball. And it was a knock-on.
And a correct decision too, despite the reaction of the Illawarra crowd. It certainly was Greg Mackey who knocked it on. Here it is, you'll see Marty going up for the ball, but Mackey coming through very quickly. Clearly you can see his hands propelling it forward, and the knock-on was ruled.
Well, Mick Stone's not going to be the most popular referee ever to leave this ground, Gary, but I dare say that the decisions that have looked controversial have been interpreted correctly.
Well, I think it's back to that Dorothy send-off, and I think it will be proved that his decision there was also correct.
South's kicking out of trouble through Baker. And look at that kick again. That was 10 metres from his own goal line, and it's going to go dead in goal. Or it'll go to the in-goal area anyway. McCarthy up following the kick. Moon is too quickly across. Good break from the winger up to his quarter line. Ozzie Welsh. Patrick, Kelly, Williams, Reddy. Selby's running with him. That's the ploy for Illawarra in the second half. Play it wide. Mackey's got it. Up the middle goes the centre. Touch judges come in.
And it's Rod Reddy from Illawarra and David Boyle, and that's the second encounter they've had in the space of only 2 or 3 minutes. They sorted themselves out only a little while ago on this side of the field.
Here's the action with Reddy involved out wide. Boyle moved in on the tackle on him, got him. And Reddy standing in the tackle had to go to ground. And as the ball comes back across field, those two players have their own private game out wide. Penalty has gone to South Sydney. Not that that is necessarily a surprise. Obviously, we couldn't tell what had occurred. The touch judge today was only 7 metres from it. And on the touch judge's report, the penalty has gone to South Sydney. Been a classy player in his day, Rocket Reddy. And while he's always been a very handy and a very creative footballer, he's also had that peculiar ability to stir up something in his opponents.
Yes, that's happened many a time and going back many years, Alan. Remember it in the 1977 Grand Final.
You certainly would, Gary. Well, Baker's okay now for this kick at goal, and he's got it. And I just suspect that this might well be the start of a South Sydney runaway now. Michael Carberry. Ackery. That's Boyle. Fennick. Makes good ground from dummy half too. A run of nearly 20 metres. Ackery, Coleman, Baker. Just took his eyes off the ball momentarily. It was good defence by Patrick though, getting up on him quickly. And that applying pressure to the 5'8" caused him to drop the ball. Mackey. Baker pushed out of the tackle and away goes Kelly. Robert Thompson, Reddy. Good pass to Selby, running off Reddy all day. Kelly, that's Smith. Good ball away towards his 5'8" Mackey. Bolt. Reddy. Mackey. Good flick pass. Lovely long one out wide to Patrick. Good creative work there by Illawarra. Patrick down to his winger. Ozzie Welsh for the corner. Has support inside. And a penalty to Illawarra. South Sydney penalised for obstruction, holding a man not in possession of the ball. Referee looking for the quick tap. 10 minutes sin bin.
Neil Baker,
yes.
I think the player who's leaving the field.
Baker sent off 10 minutes in the sin bin.
There's a deliberate penalty or a professional foul as it's more commonly known these days.
Well, at least for the next 10 minutes, the sides are level. 12 players apiece. 10 minutes into the second half. Michael Bolt nearly there. Williams linking up with Mackey, who's dropped it. South ball. Ackery had it, got it back to Fenwick. It's been knocked on. David Boyle comes up with it. Coleman playing it. Boyle. It's Carberry. Hardy. And the big prop is going to kick. And look at the length of that one. From his goal line to the quarter line. South following the kick down quickly. Greg Mackey, the 5'8". Driven to the ground by Podgy. Patrick. Well, it's Welsh, actually. Thompson. Kelly is 12 metres inside his own half. South Sydney running into the breeze in the first half, led 10-6 or 10-8 half-time. They've scored the only points in the second half with another penalty goal. They're leading by 12 points to 8. 12 minutes into the second half. Illawarra's ball on tackle number 5. Kelly, ready. Kelly tries the bomb. It's actually blown backwards by the breeze, and Mackey got it back. So we'll try a touch finder instead that's out on the full. A penalty against halfback Coleman for an incorrect feed. Let's see what Illawarra can do now. Back to Bolt. Ready. Selby once again. Beautiful play. Pass back to Mackey. Mackey and Fenwick seem to collide here. Fenwick came across and there's a clash of heads as Fenwick moved in on the tackle. And Mackey got it on the cheekbone. No wonder both players felt that. Coleman's feed. Have to be careful. It gets penalised again. For the 4th time in the game, Coleman has been penalised for a scrum feed.
And twice within only the space of about 60 seconds. And this is certainly not going to do the South Sydney cause any good. Here's the scrum again. Yeah, just watch Coleman putting it in. It's fairly clear, I think, where the ball has gone. Straight under his hooker's feet.
So Illawarra now with a chance to get back into the game. They have to score. Williams about 7 metres out. That's Smith, caught by Ackery. Selby. Kelly running it across field. Back to Mackey. There's a chance here for Illawarra. Bolt reverses it. It's gone to Patrick. Probably kept that going the wrong way, Illawarra. Ready. Selby. Into touch, throws the ball inside. Williams has got it. And a hand over to South. Ellison. Biles. Fennick. Carberry. Gurr. Towering left foot kick. Pull back underneath it. Well taken. Mackey was standing back there as fullback with John Dorahy off the field. Patrick. I'll tell you something, you'll go a long way before you see such sustained tigerish defence. Both sides are moving in twos and threes, as if they're playing for a grand final, and that might very well be the case today. It could well be their grand final. Thompson, Kelly, that's Smith. One to go as Kelly kicks. Biles eyes on the ball. Drops it backwards. Illawarra's ball, 6 to go. Ready to play it. Kelly. Bolt. Kelly. Bolt. That's Thompson and Smith. Bolt. Pass Thompson out to Reddy, standing very wide. Stands up for Thompson. Bolt, Patrick. Good jarring tackle from Carberry as the Illawarra defence was mounting out, or support was mounting out wide. Now that's tackle number 5. Moon, Kelly. Not time for the kick. Good defence, but he gave it away. Williams inside to Moon. Moon, the winger, going for the line. Will they stop him? He's over. Can he get it down? Yes, he has. Moon has got it down. He twisted around in the tackle, and Jason Moon has got it down. Well, it started from here as Kelly went to get the kick in, but the defence smothered him. They came up too quickly. From here on, it was desperation. And it was Rex Williams, the prop forward, who picked up Moon going inside. And the critical thing now is, although Moon is caught over the ground, over the line, he is able to twist over in the tackle. Watch him roll over the ground. But there it goes. What a game now. Scores are level. Greg Mackey to attempt the most vital conversion. Mackey 15 metres out into the breeze for this kick, and hooks it right away. Nowhere near it. Well, there's Kelly being frustrated in his effort to put the ball in the air, and Williams called for it. Williams, as he runs to the fence, calls his winger inside. Neat little pass, and Moon, running away from the defence, is actually caught right on the line. Niscott is there with Gurr, and also Ackery, but watch him twist over. He just roll over in the tackle, and down it goes. So Mackey's kick unsuccessful. The scores are level 12 all, and Illawarra have got the ball deep in their own half. Michael Bolt. And I just wonder what Ron Willey is thinking now, because he must obviously wonder whether or not it can happen to South twice in a row. Only last week, South Sydney played St George, who had a player sent off in the first half, and St George put up a remarkable performance, playing one man down to overcome a South Sydney lead and win the game. Ball knocked on it to play the ball. That'll be a scrum and a South Sydney feed. Illawarra win the ball against the head. South Sydney are back to their full complement with Neil Baker having done his time of 10 minutes in the sin bin. And we've got exactly 20 minutes to go in the game. Bolt, Pat Kelly, Reddy, Mackey. Out to his centre, it's been intercepted. It bounced away from centre Stan Brown. The Souths have got it. That's Biles. Ackery. Nice hit. Back to Baker. McCarthy. That's Podgy. Podgy with a good burst. Podgy with plenty of pace. He's got the fullback coming across. He tries to get around him and does. And a great try to Michael Podgy. Superb try. Lovely change of pace. A lovely little swerve. And he scored that try like a classic winger. That's a very good try. As the ball went out wide. And for a while I thought Podgy might give it away to Niscott, but the dummy. And watch this change of pace here as he just accelerates now, gets away from Moon, and now as the fullback Mackey comes across, a neat little swerve and gets around him and putting South back in the lead. Well, doesn't Neil Baker know when to time his return? Only 10 minutes in the sin bin, and he comes back on the field a minute before he has to resume the goal-kicking duties. That shot shows you just how close to the touchline the try was scored. Very impressed with that try by Podgy. He really finished it off well. Baker back from the sin bin, attempting the conversion. Kicks it out, and it's carried through by the breeze. Another two-pointer. Here's the try from side on with Podgy just pushing away from the first tackle, crossed the halfway line, dummy to Niscott. Moon held off to mark his winger, as he should have, but it was that sudden acceleration by Podgy that left the Illawarra defence standing, and then this little swerve to get around the attempted tackle by Mackey. And although he is close to the touchline, a good try scored by Podgy. Back live, Souths had the ball from the kickoff. And they've got 18 minutes to go to hold on to their lead. And we're going to have a replacement in the side for Illawarra. Kick by Baker. Steve Worthington going to be a replacement in the Illawarra side, coming on shortly. Picking up Smith and Kelly inside. Going to be a few instructions issued between now and the end of the game, I can tell you, from both coaches. Kelly, Williams, good pass to Patrick, taken high. There'll be a penalty against Niscott. It didn't look dangerously high to me, but it was high enough. It
looked mainly shoulder to me, Alan, and we may see that when we have another look at the incident, and here it comes now. Here's Patrick with the ball, and Niscott going in. Mainly shoulder, could have crept up around his neck, and I think it probably does deserve a penalty.
We've got Rex Williams, as Ziggy Niscott disappointed with that. Rex Williams leaving the field. Steve Worthington has come on. That's Rex Williams leaving. Well, there again, it's a difficult thing for a referee. What type of high tackle is sufficient for a sending off or time in the sin bin?
Yes, well, here it is again. Watch Patrick with the ball. In comes Niscott. And, yeah, certainly up around the shoulder neck area, and I think it's the right decision. A penalty was worthwhile. And that, incidentally, is the 5th straight penalty to Illawarra, and giving them the opportunity to keep some momentum up, although Michael Fogarty destroyed that somewhat with that excellent try converted by Neil Baker just a short time ago.
A few deep breaths there for Kim Patrick. The smelling salts won't hurt too much. Another replacement out, Wayne McPherson. He's a handy player. I think he'll probably go to fullback. Good, that's good thinking by Coach Brian Smith. Wayne McPherson is a fullback.
Kim Patrick, who was injured in that last tackle, is leaving the field.
And I think with Patrick off the field, we'll probably find that McPherson will go to the wing, I think, and Moon will go to fullback. Back to Smith. Bolt. Ready. Worthington. And that was a nice tackle. David Boyle. High kick by Kelly. Marty Gurr attacking the ball. And off. Play on. I thought Gurr might have got a finger to that, which could well have been an offside decision, but apparently he didn't touch it.
I don't think he got quite close enough. There were too many bodies between him and the ball, Alan.
Ackery playing it, or Finnegar was playing it. It's Darren McCarthy who scored the first try of the match with an intercept. It was a good try too. Baker. Bolt sensing the kick was coming. Baker putting it a little chip through. That's Thompson. Baker the tackler. On to McPherson. Selby. McPherson. Mackey. Long torpedo pass. Pass ready. Inside. That's centre Stan Brown on halfway. Moon. One tackle to go. Mackey, Kelly at least to Mackey. Nice break by Worthington. Got the pass inside. South ball. Coleman's got it. Fennick. Illawarra still moving in 2s and 3s for the defence. Baker and Ackery. Coleman. Ellison just kept the ball. Long kick this time with McPherson dropping back. Will he get it? Yes. Thompson, Kelly. Kelly, caught by Coleman. Good tackle. The two halfbacks together. Mackey, ready. Well, Big Rod Ready had the ball. And it's going to be halfback Craig Coleman called out.
He'd almost have to get on a step ladder to catch Ready with that high tackle, Alan, but that's certainly what he did. And here it is. Watch Coleman come in from the left of his screen as he's tackled, and there's the high one, and he certainly connected.
Haven't been many halfbacks who've done that to Rod Reddy in his career and got away with it.
Well, Illawarra well ahead in the penalties at this point, with 6 straight penalties to take them to a 12-5 advantage.
Smith got it back to Bolt. Ball's gone loose. And a referee's decision of a knock on to both sides. Scrum win to South. Baker, kick. South kicking at every opportunity. First tackle from the scrum, and they've kicked. McPherson. Well, that kick by Baker has gained about 85 metres. Penalty to Illawarra. Silly penalty against South.
Here's the incident. It's obviously for premature kicking. Darren McCarthy. Very early on that kick, the ball hadn't left the player's hands.
Reddy trying everything to get his Illawarra side back into this match. Exactly 10 minutes to go. 18-12 is the score. Kelly, Mackey. Stan Brown involved in that, not Stan Brown, David Boyle involved in that tackle. It was his 33rd tackle for the game. Nice run by Selby. Reddy. That's Thompson. Kicked it straight into the feet of prop forward Ackery. Fennick, Coleman, Baker. On the burst was Hardy. Baker, Coleman, Fennick. Out wider. That's Ellison, the lock forward. Ball reaped loose. Fennick's got it back. Throws a long one out to the centres. Well taken, Podgy. Allowed to run too. Ziggy Niscott is over there. The two wingers are standing next to each other. Niscott and Biles. Fennick. What a valuable player he's been to South in the last year and a half. Coleman. Baker. Michael Carberry is 32 metres out from Illawarra's line. Another try now to South would seal the result, I feel. Already scored 3 tries to 1. 3 tries to 2, in fact. Out it's gone. That's Niscott for the corner. Beautifully tackled. The ball inside. McPherson's got it. Is it Worthington has got it. Playing it now to McPherson. Dan Brown, the player. Well, Brian Smith's going to have his last tilt now at the South Sydney side. He's making the last of his replacements. Scott Greenslade. Moon toes it ahead. Knock on. Mackey trying to get the pass away, but it slipped out of his hands. And Moon taking it on the toe, but the knock-on had been ruled earlier. Ball coming loose. So we've had the third replacement with Scott Greenland on for Rod Reddy, and now the fourth and final replacement about to be made. And we've got Paul Thompson going to come on shortly. That'll be the fourth and last available to Illawarra. Greenland, number 16, is the third replacement on the field there. Fennick. Baker's drop goal attempt is wide of the mark. Now here's the last replacement with Paul Thompson on replacing his brother Robert. That's the lock forward, Robert Thompson leaving the field. And the only thing now that Brian Smith can hope for is that those 4 replacements could just put a little bit of fresh life into this Illawarra attack for what is going to be the last 5 minutes of the game. It's a good break by Worthington. Good handling out to Welsh. That's Podgy. Podgy's got support. Caught by Mackey, Thompson and Moon. Darren McCarthy. Coleman. Fennick. Coleman. Carberry. It was forward and a scrum.
Yes, that final pass to Carberry was the one, and watch how Coleman delays it. And by the time Fennick gets it, he's at least a metre in front of Coleman.
Thompson, Paul Thompson. Break by Bolt. Nice break there too by Stan Brown. And Mackey going for the corner. Run down by Biles. Pass to Moon was overrun. But it'll come back. One of the earlier passes downfield was forward.
No doubt that this decision is also correct. Stan Brown to Greg Mackey, well forward, about a metre again in that one.
Another win against the head there. And Illawarra back on the attack. Time running out. Paul Thompson. Lovely pass out to Moon, back into Thompson. McCarthy. McCarthy to play it to Niscott, the South Sydney skipper. Carberry, 32 metres out. This is Mario Fennick. McCarthy. One tackle to go. And the kick by Baker driving Illawarra back, and it'll go into the in goal, and in fact dead in goal. Kelly, that's Smith. Baker getting it to McCarthy on to Niscott. McCarthy, infield to Coleman. The halfback scooting through. Had a top game, this fellow. Almost down to the last minute of play in this game. Baker. Back to the blind side. The siren is sounding. McCarthy going for the corner, and he's going to be over. After the siren had gone, McCarthy has scored the try. His second try of the match. Here it is. And it was just sheer run around and do as you please. McCarthy was actually running backwards here to run away from Moon, running away from McPherson, and then as Selby came across in cover, he'd already had the try in his keeping at that stage, his second of the match. So, after the full-time siren, the sound is gone. McCarthy has scored 2 tries, 1 each to Gurr and Podgy, and Baker so far has kicked 3 goals. And for Illawarra, tries to Kelly and Jason Moon, and a try each to Dorahy and Greg Mackey. Neil Baker attempting the conversion. Here's the kick from Baker. It's out wide. The breeze not bringing it back. That try from side on shows McCarthy just pushing away from tackles and running backwards. Away from Moon, pushing away from McPherson, who wasn't able to get to him. And so Darren McCarthy scores his second try. South Sydney have won the match by 22 points to 12, and our man of the match, Michael Carberry, 25 tackles in defence, but did plenty to win that award today, and in a fine display by the South Sydney side. 10-8 at half-time. South led. Illawarra, having lost their fullback, John Dorahy, towards the end of the first half, and South Sydney have scored 4 tries to 2 to win this match, and they've defeated Illawarra here at the Wollongong Showground by 22 points to 12.